I've written about what IdeaMart is, the importance to the industry, and I'm really excited that we have Shafraz here, so over to you.
Thank you, Alan. Alan has been an evangelist for us outside Sri Lanka, trying to reach the word about IdeaMart. So my name is Shafraz Rahim, and good morning to all of you. And I handle the developer relations and platform evangelism at Dialog Asia, and I get people to build cool stuff by using the telco network resources and infrastructure. I'm here because I love TAD Summit and TAD Hack as well. Because since the inception, along with Zenit Mobile, we have been instrumental getting the developers in Sri Lanka to build on top of this cool platform called IdeaMart. Can I have a raise of hand if you have heard about IdeaMart before? Wow, fantastic. So IdeaMart, for people who doesn't know about IdeaMart, is basically Dialog Asia is the largest telecommunication in Sri Lanka. So what we have done is we have laid a platform on top of our resources, telco resources, so that we could expose that to outside for people to make use of the services, so that they can build products and services as they like. So you know now what is IdeaMart. So let me explain why it came into life. There are three things. First one is the agility, the innovation, and the revenue generation, which everyone would like to and love to have as a company. The agility. If you take a typical telco or normal telco, it will take at least about 5 to 6 months at least to launch a normal SMS service. For us, it was also the same case. For us, it was about 6 months. It took about 6 months us to launch SMS-based, a simple one. But along with the platform, now what we have done is you can build a simple SMS-based application in just 5 minutes. Just filling up a form, that's it. Okay, and the innovation. So there are, Sri Lanka is known, recently economists published a list where people can hire good developers. So Sri Lanka is also in the list. So what we want to do is we want to see what these developers, external developers, internal developers inside the company, what they can come up with, what they can build by using this weird resource as Alan mentioned, what we can develop on top of this. So we want to nurture innovation. And third thing is the most exciting and most required one is the revenue generation. So we have, as Dialog, we have invested a lot for all those resources that we have. So it could be a USD gateway, to SMSE, to many more other resources. So how we can squeeze this and get some more money, how we can take the extra mile to make some money out of this. So GSMA recently mentioned about us, and actually IdeaMart started back in 2012, and now it's contributing the digital services arm of Dialog in a significant manner in terms of revenue. And we still, I don't know whether you all know about this, but we are working on a 70-30 revenue share basis. If you are wondering if we are taking the 70% of the revenue, no, not really. We are not taking the 70%. We only take the 30%, and 70% goes to the developer. So what is IdeaMart now? IdeaMart is basically an ecosystem, and also we can call ourselves as a social empowerment program. Because of the 70%, we have significantly contributed to Sri Lanka's economy by getting people to develop their own startups, getting small kids to start their own companies. There are stories which I'll be sharing you tomorrow. There are stories, 16-year-old kids, 17-year-olds, 19-year-old kids having their own startups, not only one, having 2 and 3. Okay. Initially, in 2012, that was only a platform that we had and a support team. But now we have grown into a level where we have startups, we have entrepreneurs, we have universities, school students, and we have investors coming in. on board. So we have massively expanded as an ecosystem, a developer, an API, a startup ecosystem, and also contributing to the economy of Sri Lanka as well. A few stats I want to share with you. We have a very extensive outreach program that we do on an annual basis. From 2013 till now, we have done about 220 outreach programs, covering about 6,000 people, over 9,000 applications being hosted only in Sri Lanka, over 200 startups built based on IdeaMart. Dialog has a network. We have close to 11 million subscribers, and out of that, 2.4 million unique users are using IdeaMart-based services. So there's a long way to go. IdeaMart is still an infant, even though it seems like a mature business, but still an infant. In a startup ecosystem, it's like it's a growing startup. So these are some statistics that I want to share with you. And we won the best technology enabler at Global Mobile Awards. If you take the best movie at Oscar, it's similar to this. So in 2015, we won this. And there's another key highlight which we happened to have this year, was the expansion of our ecosystem to other parts of the world. So we started off with the Asiada group. Dialog belongs to Asiada group, so we are in the process of expanding the ecosystem to other Asian countries as well. And we've been mentioned in GSMA, and yeah, this is a big thing, happened in 2016. It's again about, yes, competing with the telcos, but come on, we can collaborate. We can always collaborate and see how we can provide a platform, an ecosystem for developers to thrive. Yes, at the end of the day, it's about money, but still, we do empower people. So Hutchinson Sri Lanka came on board, taking the risk, taking the first step to become the first telco to come on board. So the platform is capable of handling multi-operator, and we are in the process of getting other telcos also on board. Sri Lanka only has about 5 telcos, so we are trying to get the other 3 as well. So let's see and hope for the best. That was the main key feature that we had this year. And tomorrow, if you are excited about how we did this while others got failed, I'll be sharing you a model which we adhere to, and that's called the PEGMAPS model. So I'll be sharing key 7 areas that you can kill the whole, what we call, to disrupt the whole thing, and to develop, get people to develop, get developers to excited, and get startup to excited. So on a late today in afternoon, from Senin Mobile, Dinesh and Roshni will be talking to you about the ecosystem along with TADHack. And TADHack being an inspiration for us, being the only engagement in terms of telco application development where people see that it's small thing, child's play. Not really. It has a lot more potential than we think. So that's all from me. And let's move on to question and answer if you have any questions.
Excellent, thank you, Shafraz. And I was wondering whether you could share with us the percentage of revenue that you represent within Dialog. Can you share that? Or if you'd actually take the mic there, and if Werner, if you could come on down and get yourself set up. Oh, sorry, yeah, I keep looking towards the back.
The percentage, if you take Dialog, we for the top line revenue of digital services, that's a significant amount, but I actually can't share the exact revenue percentage.
The GSMA report has a figure, so.
Yeah.
And it's important to note that that's a 70-30 split, so 70% is going into the Sri Lankan economy. So this is a big impact on the Sri Lankan economy. And I think that this is a model that should have been copied several years ago, but we are finally starting to see it propagating all around the emerging markets. Sure. Any questions? If not, then I'd like to ask another question. How did you persuade Hutch?
That's a good question. Hutch actually was interested after we saw the revenue growth that we had. Yes, tomorrow I'll be definitely sharing you the exponential revenue growth that we had in terms of the top line and also the revenue that we collected on an annual basis. So once they saw it, and also the Sri Lanka, if you go and ask from any university student or startup or anywhere, IdeaMart is the number one. So they know it everywhere. So having that popularity and also having proven records, proven success in terms of the API business. So that made them to come on board, and they were very helpful. And Sain was very helpful in terms of getting it right, getting it going. So yeah, that's how we did it.
Cool. If not, if we don't have any other questions, again, we'll have 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll have a session where we can go into that model. I think that's going to be very interesting. And of course, this afternoon from Roshni and Dinesh, we'll be able to hear from their side because Senate Mobile has been a key partner in building this very vibrant ecosystem. I'm always very proud whenever I see a hackathon taking place within Sri Lanka. You always see TADHack, What the Hack t-shirts being worn. It could be any developer out there. TADHack with the IdeaMart get worn all the time. So that's really nice to see. Again, Shafraz, thank you so much.
Thank you.